Chapter 9. When Flea was asleep on my back, Callie jumped down from the rocking chair and eased over beside me. "How are the flying lessons coming?" she whispered. "She's doing great." I was careful not to move or disturb Flea. "She's flying and catching grasshoppers now. The only trouble is she never gets more than 6 inches off the ground." Callie glanced at my back. "Have you tried putting her up in the tree?" "Tried that the day before yesterday. She wouldn't leave the branch." "Did you try pushing her off?" "I've seen other mama birds do that with their babies." "Yes," I nodded, then gave a disgusted sigh. She just hung on, and when we got to the tip of the branch, she ended up holding on to the bottom of the limb. She looked like a stupid bat hanging upside down. She really can fly. She just won't." Callie wiggled her whiskers. "I believe you. I was watching you two the other day when she was chasing the grasshoppers. She's really pretty good. Maybe she just needs more confidence." I frowned. "What does that mean?" "What does that mean? That that confidence thing? What is it?" "Well," Callie began as she nibbled on her bottom lip, you know that Flea can fly." "I know that Flea can fly. Flea just doesn't know that she can fly. She still thinks that she is going to fall and hurt herself like she did when she fell out of her nest. We have to figure out a way to make her believe in herself." "But how?" For the next couple of days, that was all Callie and I thought about. Flea was a bird who could fly, but wouldn't fly more than 6 inches off the ground. The two of us had to figure some way to make Flea believe in herself. No matter how hard we tried, we just couldn't figure out how to do it until— "You're getting too close to the woodpile." Flea dug her little bird claws into my back and started bouncing up and down. Then she scampered to my head and began bouncing up and down there. I went way around the woodpile. Callie was smiling when we got to the porch. "Gray, why don't you take Flea and put her in the redbud tree on the other side of the house? The wind is blowing from that direction. Maybe as she feels the air flowing under her wings, she will try to fly." "No way!" Flea clutched tighter. "I'll sit in the tree, but there's no way that I will jump out of something that high." "I told you so," I whispered to Callie. "Try it anyway," Callie said. Then she gave me a quick wink. I climbed halfway up the redbud tree and made Flea get off. I left her there, then went to see what Callie was up to. She was at the far end of the sidewalk when I got back. With a jerk of her head, she motioned me to follow her. "What's going on?" I asked when I caught up with her. "Why are we headed to the woodpile?" "I've got an idea how we can get Flea to fly, but we're going to need Bull Snake's help. It's not going to be easy." When we got to the woodpile, we looked underneath the logs. We looked between the logs. It was dark and hard to see, but there was no sign of Bull Snake. Suddenly, from the dark shadow, we heard a soft hiss. "Leave me alone." Callie's tail jerked. "Bull Snake, is that you?" "Leave me alone," he hissed again. "We need your help with Gray's little bird, please." "No." "Leave me alone." "Get away from my woodpile before the people see you." I tapped Callie with my paw. "What's the deal with the people seeing us?" "Why should that bother him?" "If the people see you hanging around my woodpile," it was the hiss who answered instead of Callie, "they might find out that I am here. Please go away. Leave me alone." I leaned close to Callie's ear. "Why doesn't he want the people to know?" I whispered very softly so the snake couldn't hear. "Most snakes are okay," Callie explained. "They don't bother people or even us cats. They eat mice. In fact, if it wasn't for Bull Snake, I would never have been able to keep up with the mouse problem around here. There would be so many mice, there wouldn't be room for the people. But some snakes are very, very bad. They are poisonous. If they bite a cat, they can kill. If they bite people, they can make them very sick. Trouble is, most house people don't know the difference between good snakes and bad snakes. They think all snakes are bad. When they find one, they look around for a big rock or a hose so they can get rid of them. I don't blame Snake for being afraid. Callie leaned down to peek under the logs. We really need your help. Pretty please? Leave me alone. I nudged Callie with my shoulder, smiled, and licked my whiskers. Mr. Bull Snake, I began politely, we will leave you alone if you promise to help us. But if you don't help us, we'll stay here all day. Callie will meow. I will climb on top of the woodpile. We will both make so much racket that the house people will have to notice us. When they come out, we will show them where you live. Callie winked at me and nodded her head. She leaned down to peek under the woodpile. If you help us, we'll leave you alone. We promise. A forked tongue stuck out at us. Slowly and carefully, a brown head appeared from under the logs. You promise that you'll leave me alone? We promise, both of us answered at the same time. I don't like it, but all right. What do I have to do? Callie sat down and wrapped her tail around her legs. Okay, Snake, here's the plan. What's their plan? See you next time.